time of year. It's the CrossFit Open. Have you been competing and you want to up your game? You want to do better in the CrossFit Open this year than you did last year? Maybe you're trying to make it to regionals. Maybe you're trying to make it to the CrossFit Games. You know what? Maybe you're trying to win the CrossFit Games. Whoever you are, this episode's got tips for you to optimize your nutrition to get through the Open better than ever. CrossFit is synonymous with high intensity exercise. So as you're preparing for the Open, which is a competition, and you want to prepare your best, the best meals that you can have around your workouts are going to be, one, something that you've eaten before. This is not a time to try something new. Don't try a new pre-workout. Don't try a meal that you've never eaten before. If you don't eat chicken breast and sweet potatoes right before your workout, and that might feel heavy in your stomach going in, don't try that now. This is not the time. Stick to what you know works for you and what you know is gonna feel really good. Number two, it's gonna be best to stack your carbohydrates and your proteins around your workout and also limiting fats. Fats are gonna slow down the digestion of those carbohydrates, which are gonna be good for you to get to recover, to perform your best, and the protein's actually gonna help in the digestion of those carbohydrates. So protein, carbohydrates before and after your workouts, limiting fat in those periods of time. I'll tell you, this is going to be different for every single person, but what I eat before my training sessions or big competitions has always been 1 scoop of my favorite protein that I know sits well in my stomach with some oatmeal, and it's absolutely delicious. Nutrition for recovery is more important than I think most people give it credit. I mean, you're going to feel much better if you're eating high quality whole foods than you're going to feel if you're putting a bunch of junk into your body. Treat your body like a temple. It is a temple, so treat it like you would treat your best friend. If you find that you're not recovering well from these workouts, you're feeling achy all the time, you're feeling that soreness that's lasting a lot longer than you think it should, you might want to try cutting certain foods out of your diet that can be causing inflammation. This is going to be different for everybody, but some common intolerances that you'll see are gluten intolerance as well as dairy intolerance. So try cutting out gluten and dairy from your diet. See how that makes you feel. If it starts making you feel better, then great. If you want to incorporate it back into your diet, try incorporating it back very slowly, one thing at a time, just so that you can really monitor what's causing those adverse results that you're seeing. This is a super tough question to answer in a grand way that I'm talking to a bunch of people, and exactly why working against gravity takes a really hands-on one-on-one approach. It's going to be completely different for every single person. So let me give you a couple examples to explain why this might be different. So we might have somebody who's never been consistent with their nutrition in the past. So maybe they would benefit from having different macros on a training day or an off day, but we're just working on getting some level of consistency and confidence in the ability to track their food. So in that case, it's gonna make it more difficult to have different macros on different days because they're gonna have to switch their mindset and try different meals. Certain things won't fit on certain days and they will on others. That just makes things a lot more difficult. So have to figure out what you're working on and then use the macros to help you with that. Somebody who's maybe an elite level athlete, like maybe Katrin David's daughter, and she is, going to benefit from having different macros on certain days, training days, off days. Maybe she'll have a refeed day once in a while, and it also depends on what point of the season she's at. But I already know she's consistent, I already know she's dialed in, I already know she's eating mostly whole foods of really good quality, and I know that we can make those tweaks to optimize her performance. But that's because she's got that base of the pyramid dialed in before we move in to get a little bit more specific. So that's just 2 examples of 2 different people that we'd be doing different things for. Exactly why, if you want to know what works for you, working with a coach like somebody at Working Against Gravity is going to be the best option. If you're the kind of person that gets into a habit of rewarding yourself with extra food after really long and intense workouts, that's something I definitely want you to consider snapping out of. So we love to reward ourselves. I hit a PR in the gym today, I definitely deserve that pizza. Or I did Murph today at the gym, I need 55 more grams of carbs. That isn't necessarily true. So try not to stray from being consistent with your nutrition based on how your brain is telling you that you feel. Good luck in the Open this week and all of the other weeks. I know it's super grueling and I might just be there right beside you doing those workouts and suffering too. If you missed it, check it out last week. Your favorite CrossFit HQ staff were doing a cooking show for WAG and putting together some delicious recipes that you can use in your own homes. Leave it all out there. Don't hold back, push as hard as you possibly can. This is the Open. This is your time to be competing. I'm done!